Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now, because the story you're about to hear is not just about a coin. It's about history, power, rarity, and a silent fortune that most people walk past without ever realizing what they're holding. Today, I want to take you back to a time when money felt real in your hand. When coins were not just spare change, but symbols of a nation, craftsmanship, and authority. The year is 1968. The country is South Africa, and the object in focus is a small, overlooked piece of metal known as the 5-cent coin. At first glance, this coin looks modest. It doesn't shout. It doesn't sparkle like gold. It doesn't beg for attention. And that is exactly why it is so dangerous to ignore. Because the most valuable things in life are often the quietest ones. In 1968, South Africa was standing at a crossroads. Politically, economically, and historically, the nation was defining itself on the world stage. Currency was more than money. It was identity. The 5-cent coin from this year was struck with precision, authority, and purpose. Every detail on it tells a story of control, transition, and permanence. This coin was made during an era when mints did not rush production. Quality mattered. Weight mattered. Metal composition mattered. And errors, variations, and limited runs happened quietly, without announcements, without press releases, without anyone knowing the storm that would follow decades later. Men who grew up handling coins like this understand something younger generations often don't. Coins were trusted. You could feel their weight in your pocket. You could hear their sound on a table. They represented work done, hours earned, and value stored. The 1968 5-cent coin carries that same old-world authority. What makes this coin extraordinary is not just its age. It's the combination of timing, scarcity, condition, and historical significance. Some of these coins were produced under specific minting circumstances that were never repeated again. Certain batches were struck differently. Some used metal blends that were quietly phased out. Others were preserved unknowingly, sitting in drawers, toolboxes, and forgotten collections for decades. Here's where things get serious. Collectors don't look at coins the way casual people do. They look for alignment. They look for strike sharpness. They look for micro details that separate an ordinary coin from a legendary one. And the 1968 South Africa 5-cent coin has become one of those coins that experts lean closer to examine, rather than glance at and dismiss. Over time, stories began to circulate quietly among serious collectors. Not online hype, not advertisements. Real conversations between men who've spent their lives studying currency. Coins from 1968 began appearing with unusual traits. Perfect strikes. Rare die characteristics. Exceptional preservation. Each one added fuel to a growing realization that something special had been overlooked. This is the kind of coin that doesn't announce its value. It waits. It rewards patience. It favors those who understand history and respect craftsmanship. That's why this coin speaks so strongly to men who've lived long enough to know that real value doesn't rush and doesn't beg. Think about how many hands this coin may have passed through. How many pockets? How many shops? How many homes? And yet, a select few survived in extraordinary condition, untouched by corrosion, unworn by time, preserved almost by fate. The world has changed, but the rules of rarity have not. When something cannot be replaced, cannot be recreated, and cannot be reproduced, its value becomes untouchable. The 1968 5-cent coin sits firmly in that category. This is not about nostalgia alone. This is about power, ownership, legacy. Coins like this don't just sit in collections. They become centerpieces, conversation starters, family heirlooms, statements of knowledge and foresight. Many men your age understand the satisfaction of holding something real in a world that's becoming increasingly digital and temporary. This coin